Whatever size of screen you're playing on, Xbox's latest update promises to make your experience smoother, prettier, and more colourful. Here's all the sweet new stuff that's on the way. Whether they're glorious triumphs or hilarious fails, clipping and sharing your favourite gameplay moments is a crucial part of the Xbox experience. That's why there's a share button right on the Xbox controller. And now ROG Xbox Ally gamers are getting a great new way to get in on the act with the introduction of game highlights. Xbox insiders will now have the game highlights option available for a selection of games that includes Forza Horizon 5, Overwatch, and other big titles. To take advantage of it, you need to make sure you've got background recording enabled, which you can do by heading into Settings, More Settings, Widgets, and then ticking Record in Background while playing a game. Now, whenever you're playing any of these games, your gaming co-pilot will be quietly capturing your best moments to create a highlights reel. Or perhaps more of a lowlights reel, depends on how things went in the game. Either way, you can peruse it and share clips with your friends just by popping open the game card and clicking on Game Highlights. You don't even have to leave the game, it's all one big, beautifully integrated handheld experience. Now is a perfect time for a bit of digital spring cleaning, and console gamers will find that their Xbox experience has been spruced up in a number of helpful ways. First off, it turns out players really like the home screen's new Groups feature, which lets you organize your games and apps into different collections like favorites, multiplayer games, or games featuring Peppa Pig, stuff like that. It really helps keep things neat and tidy, and with the number of groups you're able to create, now expanding to 10, you'll really be able to get your library just the way you like it. Managing them is easier now too. Reordering your groups now works the same way that reordering your games does. So that should be nice and familiar. And the method for pinning groups to your home screen is also a bit more intuitive. So the whole thing is just a librarian's dream. Giving your guide a new splash of colour is another way to brighten things up. Look, it's nice and purple. All you have to do is head into General Settings, and then you go into Personalization and customize the guide. Ta-da! Then you can choose to highlight my colour in the guide on and off like that. Nice and simple. And Xbox insiders can now make things even more personal by mixing their own custom colours. Perhaps capturing the precise aquamarine of a loved one's eyes or the delicate hues of manchego cheese. And as an added touch, you'll find that switching back to a system colour saves your most recent one, from bright blue to custom green, so that all your hard colour mixing work isn't forgotten, and you can swap back to it whenever you want. And if you're not an Xbox insider, there's no need to turn green with envy or turn the air blue. Custom colours will be rolling out to the whole Xbox community as part of the April update. Quick Resume is another feature that's become an absolute staple of most console experiences. I love it, it's my personal favourite feature. I don't know how I gamed without it before. Because boy do I love freezing a game in place and then returning to it later to find everything exactly as I left it. But some titles, such as online multiplayer games, actually aren't super well suited to it, which is why you can now disable Quick Resume on a per game basis by selecting more options from the game's title and then choosing Manage Quick Resume. Because as the old saying goes, slow resume is smooth resume, smooth resume is quick resume, and therefore slow resume is quick resume. It's a lot of resuming. Getting everything synced up just right can be a little more challenging when you're bouncing between a lot of different devices and using cloud saves. But insiders also just got access to a tool that should make this a whole lot easier. Now, when you bring up a particular game's card, there's a little tile that lets you see the status of your cloud saves to make sure you never lose any of that precious, precious progress. And finally, profile badges are sweet little mementos that commemorate significant moments in each Xbox player's journey, from their 5th Xbox Game Pass anniversary to their reward streaks. And now you'll find the 5 most recently unlocked badges displayed like a badge of honor whenever you view a player's profile in the guide. Let's look at my ones. I've only got 4. 10 years of service. I've had an Xbox longer than that. 50th anniversary for Microsoft. Xbox Live Gold. And my rewards set streak as well. GG's me's. Of course, the big Xbox news that broke recently was that a whole new generation of Xbox console is currently in development. and we learned a little more about it at March's Game Developers Conference. Currently known as Project Helix, which is an objectively cool name, the new console is being designed in partnership with AMD to deliver a true technological leap forward, from massively improved ray tracing to directly integrating intelligence into the graphics and compute pipeline, which is all a fancy way of saying that we can expect bigger, prettier, more dynamic gaming worlds than ever before. Designed to play Xbox console and PC games with the highest possible performance, Project Helix is all about taking us into the future of gaming, and it's actually a future that's not as far off as you might think, with alpha versions of the hardware expected to reach developers next year. To round things off, we also got a whole bunch of new additions to a whole bunch of different Xbox libraries. Enjoying a ridiculously massive game like Crimson Desert or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on a portable device only seemed like a pipe dream. But not only is it now a reality, it's an absolutely gorgeous reality, since both of those games joined the ranks of the handheld optimized. As did Towerborn, a game whose 2D action and quickfire game loops are just made for lunch break gaming. Keeping with that gaming on the go vibe, Ball Pit now comes with its own set of touch controls, which is ideal for playing on tablets, phones, and for making very immature ball touching jokes. And if mouse and keyboard is your preferred method of control, you can now click your way through the First Descendant, Star San Island, Roadside Research, and quite a few more. There are now over 1,500 titles in the Xbox Play Anywhere collection, which means you can buy them once and enjoy them on all your Xbox platforms, taking all your progress and content with you as you go. That list just got a whole bunch of new bangers, including Aerial Knight's Drop Shot, High on Life 2, and Romeo is a Dead Man. More like Xbox Play Everywhere, am I right? Sorry. There's also a whole new wave of games that you can stream if you own them. So if you're simply too desperate to play Marathon to wait for that to download, no worries. Though it does seem like patience would be a virtue in a game with a name like that. Lastly, Xbox's collection of delightfully dynamic backgrounds got 3 swell new additions based on Sea of Thieves, Crimson Desert, and Towerborn. So your home screen really is getting pampered this month. Time to redecorate. Naturally, there will be loads more Xbox updates on the way in the months to come, so make sure you subscribe to hear about all those lovely new features first. See you next time, bye!